today we are starting the debate which was prepared by our wonderful participants. So let's start with a round of applause. The representatives with the intro speech are welcome here. And let's welcome them with a round of applause. So first we start with the speech. Yes, 30 seconds. Okay, so we disagree with our lifestyle contributes the global warming. Therefore, we are all responsible for it.
So we disagree with that our lifestyle contributes to global warming. That's all.
The speeches. Okay. Thank you very much. Time for the argument number one.
Okay, so my first argument that our lifestyle not contribute is that we are normal people, and for example, we don't have the power to stop the global warming because, for example, when astronauts travel to the space, they contribute to global warming, and the normal people with normal jobs can do anything about it. And it isn't our lifestyle to travel to the moon. But astronauts do it to learn more about the space, and we can do nothing about it.
Okay. So my first argument that our lifestyles contributes to global warming is there are a lot of coal-fired power plants in the world that produce a large amount of carbon dioxide into the air, which causes the destruction of the ozone layer.
Okay, time for the argument number two.
So, the argument number two is that volcanic eruptions release volcanic ash into the atmosphere, and volcanic eruption cannot be stopped now, so we can't do anything about it. For example, the Tambora volcano released 50 gigatons of volcanic ash into the atmosphere.
Okay, so we are so used to doing harmful things that increase the global warming in our everyday lives without even realizing, and we should try to stop this as much as we can.
So the argument number three is that greenhouse gases are produced during the natural biological processes. For example, the carbon dioxide is produced during the photosynthesis by the plants, and we can stop it because the plants have to live.
Okay. So my third argument is cutting down forests. Trees help to regulate the climate by absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. When they are cut down, the carbon stored in them goes back into the atmosphere, and this contributes to the greenhouse effect.
Yeah. This is it. Yes. So thank you very much. You have let's you have heard 6 different arguments, different opinions, and now it's time to your teams, to prepare the final conclusion speech, which is going to be presented here by the representatives of your teams. So from now on, you have 5 minutes in order to prepare the speech, taking under consideration everything you have heard here, and to have the final conclusion. You can write on that, and let's go.
Considering all my arguments, I come to a conclusion that we have to change our lifestyles to be more eco-friendly and not to waste earth resources.
So in our conclusion we want to say that yes, there's something that we agree with you that we can change, but some of the things, even if we want, we can change it, for example the volcanoes and so on. But there's something that we want to say, that is, we can't stop it, all of that, but we can slow the process of doing that.
And right now we are moving to the question, to the statement number 2.
Okay, so I can start. So we disagree with the sentence that in order to stop the climate change, people should be punished for every act that contributes to it. Because there are some things that we can do. I'll read some.
We agree, in order to stop the climate change, people should be punished for every act which contributes to it.
This is the end of the intro speech.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So now let's move to the arguments.
Okay, so our first argument is that creating important things required to live properly still increase the pollution of the earth, like medicine, like things like bionic organs, like they're really required for some people to live. And we can't punish someone who is just doing his work, who is working on them, like all the engineers, in order to help those people. Like, we can't punish those people. They want to help others, and we should be grateful to them.
Thank you very much. Now the first argument of the opposite.
Our first argument is to stop global warming. We need to do many things. One of these things is to start cleaning up garbage and punish anyone who throws it away. And yes, this is.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the argument number 2.
Okay, so everyone is doing something that increases climate change, so we can't punish every single person. Also, we can't specifically know what each person does. If everyone does this, no one would want to be punished. There won't be people that are perfect who will be qualified to punish. I think that we can't punish every person who is doing something wrong, because every human is doing something like that. They're not segregating trash. That's wrong, and we shouldn't punish someone just because he does that. Like, no one is perfect, and we have to punish every human on the earth. Yes.
Okay. Our second argument is, for example, when someone throws his rubbish on the road, this person should be punished by a ticket, and next time this person wouldn't do the same thing again, because he maybe will be scared to do this. And yes, this is.
So let's move to the last argument.
So we live a time where every person living in the world can do whatever they want and can be punished for something they do unconsciously. Instead of punishing people, we should spread the word about global warming.
And last.
If people got a ticket, people after got a ticket didn't change and they are doing the same thing again, they would get higher ticket and community service. Then people will be scared to do this. They will stop, for example, throw rubbish on the road for us, and our planet will be more clean. But if people wouldn't get punishment, they will do bad things for our planet.
Thank you very much for presenting your arguments.
Okay, so in conclusion, we agree with your points about tickets. Yes, some people should be punished for their behavior, but we can't punish everyone because no one is perfect, and we can't penalize everyone because everyone is doing something wrong. But not everyone is doing it on purpose. Like, some people might throw trash in the seas, and that's wrong. And they should be punished for that. But as I said earlier, some actions are important and required for people to live properly. Like creating important things. Yes, there is pollution because of this, because it is required, and we can't get rid of it. But some wrong behaviors should be punished.
Okay. So yeah, we want to say the same thing. Like, well, even me, you, as people in community, we don't have to. We must know the rules, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. And for example, I think that's not some kind of people, but it's not some kind of people, but everybody should be punished, have tickets, because even if one person is very bad, he make only bad things, he will go through catharsis. I think that you know this word, and he will change to be a good person. He will change his mind. He will help to the other people to change their mind too. And that's the way how our planet and how our mind will change in a good way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the last but not the least statement, which sounds, there are worse problems in the world than global warming. Applause.
So we disagree with this statement, and we think that global warming is the main problem that we should solve as a community.
Okay, so with this statement we agree, yeah, and we think that there's way more worse things and problems in the world than the global warming.
Let's start the exchange of arguments.
Okay, our first argument is our survival and lives depend on global warming, and if we continue down the same path, it will kill us eventually. So we need to make stopping global warming our main goal in life.
So we made the first argument. We made an example, and the first example are the nuclear bombs. We know that a lot of countries in the world have a lot of nuclear bombs, for example 100 and even more, and even one bomb is way more harmful than the global warming, and even within 1 minute, 1 second, the life on our earth will change, and even in the people as well, our nature will be harmed. The life in our planet won't be so sustainable like before, and the temperature with the exploding of the bomb will raise with by thousands of degrees, and this will change the life of all the species, all the animals, all the people, and there won't be such good conditions to live in our planet.
So our second argument is that global warming also affects the animals and their natural habitats where they live. And some animals are important because we humans use resources from them.
Okay. So our second argument is the starvation and the lack of water, because this problem is even nowadays. It's happening in a lot of countries, for example in Africa, and they don't have success of clean water, they don't have success in the food they eat every day, and a lot of statistics claim that the people who died from starvation and lack of clean water are more than the people who died from the First and the Second World Wars, which is very bad. And also in this argument we want to add about the lack of clean water caused a lot of deaths to the fishes, to the different kinds of marine animals in the water, for example oceans, seas and rivers. And interesting fact that a lot of turtles produce a lot of oxygen, and without these turtles our life won't be that good, that we won't have so much oxygen to breathe with it.
Okay, our third argument is global warming causes the melting of the glaciers, and this leads to flooded cities and drowning islands. So this also leads to ocean levels rising every day. And if we don't do something about it, we won't be able to stop it soon.
Okay. And our last argument is mostly for the people's rights. Like for every individual personality, the most important things are freedom, choices, and might of thinking. And for example, even nowadays, a lot of countries that don't allow to have these things. They're not the most important values, which is very bad. For instance, in China or North Korea, you are not allowed to go somewhere else, and you mustn't say any bad words for the leaders, or you'll be killed or punished, which is very bad for the people, because we think that the most important values for every personality, for every human, is the freedom, the choices, and the minds of thinking that he has.
Global warming is a problem, but not the biggest right now. And now we have to pay attention on the things that are happening now. For example, the bomb can explode maybe tomorrow, and our lives can be finished in 1 second, and we don't have any impact on it. And global warming is happening in the future, and maybe we will find a solution for it.
Okay. In conclusion, we mostly agree because the starvation, the bombs, the wars, the terrorism are very important problems too. But we take global warming very seriously, and we think it's a big problem. And we think people should be concerned about it and take actions as soon as possible.
Dears, this is almost the end of the debate. Thank you very much for preparations, for taking active part in that activity. But now we need some results. We need to find out who is the winner of this debate. It's not easy because, as you could see, the statements were not easy to stay on, like different, to choose the side actually. It wasn't easy. That's why there is no jury here, like outside jury. You are going to be the jury. How it goes? With an applause. We are going to measure the applause for each team, and the team which will receive the loudest applause will be the winner of the debate. Is it clear? Let's start with the team on my right. So the applause, of course everybody can applaud, also the leaders, also our participants, but let's move a little bit from that. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. And now it's time for the team on my left. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Give us 2 minutes in order to come. Hello everybody.
Hi.
So it's the time for the results. And as you could see, we were measuring everything. So we couldn't lie, we couldn't do anything in purpose. So it was your decision, it was your action. You decided who was the winner. And actually, by your decisions, by your action, something unexpected happened. because, ladies and gentlemen, there is a tie. So, congratulations for everybody. And we have some Please, I'm inviting the representatives of two teams.
Nie. Dziękuję. One. Thank you. That was much better.